everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Dan. Now, have you ever gone to the end of the week and you're running out of groceries? You open your fridge and all you have is maybe some potatoes. Then you look around the pantry, see what you got, and the only thing useful seems to be maybe some lentils or beans or something like that. Well, as long as you got some spices, I'm going to show you what you can do until you restock on your groceries. So we're going to be cutting 2 pounds of baby potatoes, okay? Now you're going to cut them in quarters. Now, if you don't have baby potatoes, but have larger sized potatoes or medium sized potatoes, I also do this recipe in slices. The nice thin slices, although it's a bigger potato, cook well in the same amount of time. Also, while we're on the task of cutting our potato wedges, it's probably a good idea to preheat our oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So as you can see here, we've got our baby potatoes. They're all cut in quarters. And now we're going to add our spices. So we are going to add 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of paprika powder, 1 teaspoon of thyme. Now you can do the thyme powder or thyme leaves. Then we're going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil or avocado oil. I personally am using avocado oil as it has a higher smoke point. Now what we want to do is we want to mix it all around. Get a nice even spread of all the spices on all the potato wedges. So as you can see there, we have all the spices evenly distributed between all the wedges. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put it onto a pan. So here we go. We're going to put this right onto the pan here. So what we want to do is evenly distribute all this because we want it to cook well. Okay, now that we're ready, we're going to put this into our oven. And this is going to bake for 35 minutes. Alright, meanwhile our potato wedges are going, we're going to start on our lentil soup here. So what we're going to do is get 3 cups of water and we're going to put 1 cup of lentils here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put it on medium heat here and we're just going to wait for it to start boiling. Once it starts boiling, we're going to let it go for about 30 minutes. So while this is trying to boil, we're going to add our blend of spices. Now you're probably wondering, where are all the other vegetables? Well, like I said, you don't have anything in your fridge. All you got is some lentils and maybe some spices hanging around, right? So the spices that I used are 1 pinch of cumin, 1 pinch of coriander, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of green salt. And the green salt is the Herbamera salt that you can find at the store. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let that cook for 30 minutes. Also, if you want a bit of a kick, you could also add just a bit of cayenne pepper. I won't tell you how much amount, just use that as your own discretion. This is something a little bit more optional that you can do just to add a little bit more flavor to your lentils later on. Okay, what we're going to do is some cashew sauce. So we're just going to get some cashews here, about 1 cup of cashews, and we're going to add to that about 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk. And next, after that, we're just going to add a pinch of salt there, and then we're going to blend this. So as you can see, cashew sauce is very creamy. Now, in all honesty, I'm going to suggest that you use water instead of coconut milk for this cashew sauce recipe, as the coconut milk makes it a little bit sweet. In the past, I've always used water instead. I just saw another recipe that I thought I'd try and didn't work out as well. So use water instead, but just make sure that you use warm water, as warm water will make sure that your sauce will be nice and thick, just like you see right here. So our lentils are all done here. Just gonna add some right here. You're gonna find that it has some nice flavor, but there's a few things that we can still add to it to just enhance the flavor a little bit more. So what we're gonna do is just add a little bit of lime juice in here. Next you can add just a little bit of bragg amino acid there. And just to give it a bit of some nutty flavor, you can also put a little bit of sesame oil in there. Give it a little mix, just to stir all those ingredients around. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add our cashew sauce. So as you can see, the potato wedges are nice and baked, and with a little cool down, they'll be ready to eat. Thanks for watching. You have been cooking with Dan.